The G&L Tribute JB, jazz bass or everything bass? You decide. Hey, welcome to Make Some Noise with Maddie. I'm your host, Madeline, from the back room at Music Lover Shop in Rochester, New York. We're on episode 7. I have with me this gorgeous G&L Tribute jazz bass. I love the inlays on this. I mean, it's the first thing I noticed, besides this really cool burst, is the inlays and the black binding on the neck is really cool. I love it. Very simple bass, super straightforward. I think it's got a great tone. I think it can do a lot besides just being a jazz bass. And I typically, with basses, I like to dime everything out and go, right? But this one, being passive, I don't have to worry about any kind of blend between the active and passive technology. So if you dime out your active blend, a lot of times you just get so much gain. You know, even with like a dB reduction on your amp, on your input, it can still be just terrifying. So with these passive basses, I just love diming them and go and see what this thing can do. So that's what it is right now. It's just dimed out, but I think the tones are really nice on this, and I'm going with the worst possible signal chain you could do with the bass. I'm straight into a mixing board. Everything's at noon. There's no compression. There's no DI box. It's just, this is what you get. This is the worst possible platform for a bass. And I'm like, let me start there because it can only get better, right? I think it just sounds great as it is. It's got just a nice kind of growl to it. It's really, really nice. The neck is super slick on the back. I don't know what kind of alien technology they've used, but it's really slick. Like, you're just zipping around, zippity-doo-dah all over the place, which is, I like that personally. I don't want to get stuck, especially doing like a humid outdoor gig somewhere and you're just fighting for the higher position on the instrument. But the action's great. I gave it a little bit of a tweak. So the truss routing, just a slight adjustment, which is, you know, the bonus of me playing these guitars. I get to go through all the ones I demo and then set them up accordingly. So you get a free setup if you decide to purchase the guitar. So props to you. Yay. But yeah, I think it's a great sounding bass. And what I want to do is just play right to the track with it. Keep it kind of short and sweet. Again, everything's dimed out, which is how I love to do these. And let's see what we get. Okay, so this is just a nice little Dorian jam, so here we go. I'll try to play like a bass player, at least for a minute. Like a bass player soloing. It's a really fun bass. But now the guitar players give me the stink eye, like, stop soloing! Yeah, keep in mind, I'm straight into a mixing board. Even straight in this mixing board, the worst possible signal chain you could do on a bass, it's just really, really got some nice bite to it. And I like the responsiveness when you go back by the bridge. You really get some just nasty, snappy growl out of it. So it's a really fun bass. And I really love playing on this thing. I mean, obviously, I'm just kind of like noodling and soloing over that, but you could hear like where there's some more groove lines. Like it's still just, it's got a nice presence to it. It's not overwhelming. I mean, imagine if you put some compression on this and some EQ, like going into a regular bass amp, I think would be phenomenal. So, but again, for this instrument, these basses, I like to demo them straight into the board. That way you get, again, this is the worst it could sound like. I think it sounds pretty good as it is, to be honest with you. So, again, I didn't fool too much with the dials. I mean, it's, I like this thing dimed out. And for me, that's my personal preference, and what I'm doing here is just kind of giving my personal opinion on things. I mean, it's not going to be like the typical demos where I'm going to demo every single sound the bass can get. As you know, with the bass, when you're doing blending, you can get so many different tones by different amounts of blending the neck and the bridge pickups. So, but I feel like if I show what I think is the best tone for this straight into a board signal chain, I think that shows a lot about the quality of the bass. And from there, it just gets much better. So you're left to your own devices as far as like, do you want to put into a pedal board where you have a little more options for sounds and effects, or just keep it simple, stupid, right? So with the guitar demos, obviously I'm just using my patches on my GTA, but with the bass, I'm straight in. I think that's a really cool way to approach it, and hopefully you guys appreciate that. If not, then at least you can understand my approach is to give you something that I feel is like a handicap to the tone, and then make it sound good under this handicap condition, and it's going to sound amazing in the actual, whatever amp you're using, whatever setting you want to use. So that's where you want to come down to the store and give this thing a whirl. So this is in our Rochester location. You can call the store at 600-6060. We're open Monday through Friday, 12:30 to 8, and then Saturday mornings, 9 until 6 in the evening. And we have the option for you to come back here in the room. I do have an actual bass amp back here. I have a pretty cool Black Star that we could plug into, or you can even bring your own rig, which is simple enough back here, and you can try the bass out and give it a whirl. I can even hop on the drums. We could do a jam. and see how you like the thing and the actual environment you would play it in. So I think it's a really, really fun bass, and for being under $800 right now, I think it's pretty sweet. So gorgeous bass. Love the inlays. Can't say enough about the neck and the action. It's incredible playing. So if I could play this stuff and shred on it straight into a mixer, imagine what you can be do with like some compression and EQ. Like I said, like you could rip on this thing. So awesome. Well, thank you again for joining me for episode 7. This is our first bass demo. Leave me a comment in the section if you want me to demo the basses through an actual bass amp. I could. I do like doing this way personally, but I would be willing to be persuaded with the right number of comments. I'm pretty chill, as everyone knows, so I'm open to any and all suggestions. So my way doesn't have to be the correct way. I just like it, like I said, because it's a handicap, and we only get better from here. So that's the point of a demo, right? You don't want to hear this thing like decked out through like a $4,000 signal chain. You want to hear it through this $75 board. Okay, thanks again. Until next time, this is Maddie signing off. Bye.